So, what's the last class?
Control statements.
Yeah, from the control statements,
Uh,
just explained about
if and
some
simple if and if else.
yes, if and if else. I just explained, right?
Yes.
Okay, now today's session is I would like to finish the conditional statements. Okay, so from the conditional statements, the third one is which is the elif ladder. What it is? Elif ladder. See, at what kind of situations the elif ladder will help you? At what situations the elif ladder will help you? Can you please tell me anyone? If you are already have the knowledge on the elif ladder before that.
Multiple task
Multiple task
executed
executed.
in this LF ladder. We can execute multiple tasks.
With elif ladder, will you go for execute the multiple tasks?
Yes.
That's I think you're misunderstood about that particular concept. Okay, so what exactly the elif ladder? Let's try to be let's try to be understood. Okay, see, let me consider we have the multiple task. So you may have the multiple number of tasks are available. Okay, task 1 and task 2 and task 3. Okay, and so on. Like this, you may have the n number of tasks are available. How many tasks are there here? How many tasks are
N number of.
n number of tasks we have it? Okay, from this particular n number of tasks, it will satisfy or it will execute only one from that all. Okay, so it won't execute all the tasks actually. It will execute only one among the multiple statements. Okay, you may have the n number of tasks are there. From this all tasks, from this all tasks, it will executed only one. Only one task, only one task can be executed from that all. Is it clear my point? Even you may have the n number of tasks are available. From that all, it will executed only one task. Okay, for example, you may have the multiple options. Let me consider just 1 second, guys. I'm getting a call from one of my So let's try to be understood one more time. Elif ladder. Elif ladder means when we have multiple tasks, we have it. From that all, it will go for executed only one specific task. For that one, we can use the elif ladder. Okay. Let me consider you have multiple options. Okay. Option 1 and option 2 and option 3 and option 4 and so on. From these particular options, you would like to go for select only one option. By the situation, what we can do? So which option is more comfortable and which option is similar to you and which option you are strongly believing it, that particular option you're going to be considering, right? In the same way elif ladder also will do the same thing. So when we have a multiple number of tasks you want to be perform, but from that all multiple tasks you are going to be executing only one. Okay, you may have multiple options, but from that all we are going to be accepting only one task actually. Okay, for that one we can use the elif ladder. But is it fine if I'm using the if and else? We are going to do only two tasks, right? But if you want to be performing or if you want to be considering the multiple number of tasks, then what we will do actually? Okay, so the last block, the last task we can write in inside of the else block. Okay, and the first block or the first task we can write inside of the if block. Okay, so first what we will do, the each and every task it may have the corresponding condition. Here we have a condition 1, here we have a condition 2, and here we have a condition 3 and so on. If you know more options, okay, then else block can be executed. Okay, see, the first priority will go for the first condition. If the first condition has been true, then task 1 can be executed, then it left this particular block. If in case the condition is false, that particular situation only, it will go for the second block or second condition. So if the second condition is true, okay, then task 2 can be executed, then it will be stops the entire block. It never go back to checking the condition number 3 once condition number 2 is true. Okay, so for example, if the condition number 2 also it was failed, that means it was false, then the option for the condition number 3. So if my condition number 3 has been executed and it was returns the true, that situation only task 3 can be executed and the corresponding task 3 can be executed, then it will be come out from that particular block. And once task 3 has been executed, is never go for the condition number 4. Okay, so in such a way it will be go for the last condition. It will be go for the last condition n minus 1. For example, here the condition has been true, then the corresponding task what we have it can be executed, then it will be come out from that particular block. Unfortunately, the last condition is also false, then it will be go for the default block, that it will be else block. Okay, so make sure that the first condition we should write the if, and the last block we should write the else. But what we should in between the if and else, in between the if and else, each and every condition it will be checking with help of the elif keyword. Okay, you may have the n number of elif keywords or you may have the n number of elif blocks we should mention. Okay, we should mention for corresponding tasks actually. Is it clear my point? If you are not understood this one, don't worry about it, I will explain you through flowchart. Let it be considered my program which is started with the first statement. Okay, so each and every statement has been executing. By the time of execution of each and every statement, unfortunately we got the if block. Okay, the if which we have the corresponding condition 1. For example, my condition has been returns the true, then it will execute the corresponding task. After that one, simply it will ignores that particular if block. Okay, this is fine, it's simply simplified. For example, my condition is false. If in case my condition is false, it is not true, my condition has been false. If my condition is false, then you may have the one more condition we have it. But this is the condition which is the checking with help of the elif keyword. Okay. The elif which may have the condition number 2, if my condition has been returns the true, if my condition has been returns the true, then corresponding task it can be executed. After that one, it will stop my block. It will stops my block. Let me consider my condition has been false. If my condition has been false, then only it will go for the next condition. Whatever the condition we have it, so that particular condition it mean executed. Okay, so here we have a condition number 3. This is the condition number 3 also can be checking with help of the elif keyword only. Okay, after checking this particular condition 3 with help of the elif, it may be returns the true, right? Consider it was returns the true. Once this is the condition has been returns the true, whatever the task we have it, that it can be executed. After execution of this particular after execution of this particular block, then it will go for stops the program. Okay, this is has been going on actually. For example, at last we have the one more elif. You may have n number of elif, something like this. Okay, so here also we have a last elif, and here we have some kind of condition n minus 1. So here the condition has been returns the true, then the corresponding task whatever you return inside of that particular elif block, that it can be executed. Okay, after execution of this one, then it will be stops my program. Okay, it will stops my elif program. For example, the last condition is also false. If and only if my last condition is false, then you have a default option. The default option is else block or else block. So inside of the else block we can write the task and actually, so this is the last task can be executed if and only if all conditions are fails. Okay, let me consider my all conditions are fails. That particular situation, my else block can be executed, otherwise it won't be executed. Is there any question regarding about this particular flowchart? Sunny, Swaran?
No,
No, no.
I'm okay.
Not right.
Okay, just note this one.
Hi, is the class been active or is still it's frozen?
Done, right? I hope this particular flowchart has been, you did it right.
Yes.
Okay, so this kind of flowcharts, how we can convert into the program. Okay, so when we have some particular task, so you have multiple tasks are there, so you want to performing any one of the tasks based upon some conditions, but even you have a number of tasks, you are going to be satisfying or you are going to be servicing only one particular task. Actually, that particular situation we are going to be go for elif, right? That particular elif block, then how we can do in a programmatically. Okay, for that one we have a standard flow syntax is there, and if is the keyword and followed by the condition. Here the condition can be anything based upon your task. Okay, so for example, if is block, right, any block it will be started with the colon symbol, and you should write the task with some space. All statements what we're writing inside of the block, we should maintain some space actually. Okay, the next, for example, this is the condition is true, this is the task one can be executed. Okay, let me consider my condition one is false. That situation, what happens? If my condition one is false, then only it will be go for the next condition, it will be go for checking. But the next condition which is checking with the keyword which is elif, so elif is the keyword which is checking the condition number two. Let me consider my condition number two is true, then the corresponding task whatever we have it, that it can be executed. After execution of this particular task 2, then it will be come after the particular elif block. But let me consider my condition number 3 also false. If my condition number 3 is false, then it will be go for the next elif. Okay, next condition. So the next condition also, it could have only elif only. So like this, you have the n number of, you may have the n number of, okay, elifs you can consider in between the if and else. In between the if and else, we can use the n number of elifs. Okay, here I mentioned only two, but you can mention, or based upon your situation, based upon your task, or based upon your problem statement, then you may have the n number of elifs are there in between the if and else. Clear? Is it clear or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let me go for write a small program for understanding the elif ladder. So write a program, fix the salary, write a program, fix the salary based on experience. Based on what? Experience. Okay, here my question is, okay, so if experience is, let me consider my experience is less than or equal to 2 years. Okay, if experience is less than or equal to 2 years, that means that guy is entry level, right? For example, he is getting only $6,000 per month. Okay, let me consider, okay, if experience is not entry level guy, so maybe he's the between the 2 to 4. Say for example, if experience is less than or equal to 4 years, then he might getting the $8,000 per hour, sorry, per month. Okay, consider he is not even the less than 4 years, he's not in between the 2 to 4, actually he might be more than the 4. Let me consider my experience is, if the guy experience is and below 10 years, if experience is in between the 4 to 10 years, then he is getting the $12,000 per month. Just imagine. Okay, consider if experience is 20 years, less than the in between the 10 to 20 years, then he is getting the, okay, and $30,000 per month. Just hit our hand, right? That's the reason I'm writing this many big numbers, but it's up to your choice. For example, if experience is greater than, okay, is greater than 20, it may be anything. It's maybe 20, 21, 30, whatever it is. If it is more than the 20, then you should able to go for example, $50,000 for, okay. So consider if experience is some number, it's not, you can write this thing in else block, right? Okay, whatever it is. So here we have a multiple options are there. Either, let me consider you are the only, right? You will get either 6,000, either 8,000, either 12,000, either 30,000, either 50,000. You won't get this all right in 1 month from, yes or no? You have multiple options based upon your experience. You will be getting this particular salary, right? This is my problem statement. This is the problem statement. We should able to go for write the programmatically. Okay. So let me go for open the Anaconda Navigator. Let me go for open the Anaconda Navigator. Okay. Just launch this one. Okay. So go to your specific folder where we are executing the statements. Control statements, right? Yes. Now we are in the control statements. If is done, if and else is done. Now we are going to doing the elif letter, right? So here experience, write a program, fix the salary based on experience. Okay, so here experience is the input which is given by the user, so which is given by the user, right? So enter experience in years. So we are going to be giving the experience in years. I already told you, right? For example, if experience is less than or equal to 2 years, okay, less than or equal to 2 years, or else less than 2 years. Okay, so less than 2 years, so you are able to go for getting only this range of salary. Salary is, for example, I told you, right, $6,000 per month. PM means per month, PA means per annum. Okay, so for example, he is not the entry level guy, he is having some experience between 2 to 5 years. Okay, if experience is not the 2 years, okay, maybe he is the, his salary is the 5 years. Okay, if experience is less than 5 years, 4 or 3 point whatever it is, okay, that situation, his salary, for example, 8,000 or else $9,000 per month. Okay, let me consider that guy is not even less than the 5 years, maybe he's having the experience below 10 years, not less than 5, maybe he's less than the 10 years. Okay, if that guy is less than the 10 years of experience, then so he is going to be getting the salary is around for example, $13,000 per month. It may be 3, it may be 6, or it may be 3, it may be 6, it may be 7, it may be 8, it may be 9. So he is going to be getting this only this range of salary. Okay, for example, he's not even getting he's not even less than the 10 years, maybe that guy's experience is less than the 20 years. If the person is having the less than the 20 years of experience, then he is getting the some constant salary. The salary is, for example, $20,000 per month. Okay, $20,000 per month. So maybe that guy is not even less than the 20, maybe he's more than the 20, then simply we can say that it's else block, right? So if it is else block, then you just mention the some salary over here, and if the guy is having the more than or equal to 20, years of experience, then he is getting the $50,000 per month. Just for understanding purpose, I'm writing this program, nothing else. Okay, so we can write some statement outside of the block. It can be executed. So even the condition one is for even the condition one is true, then directly it will be go for 13th one. Even the condition number 2 is true, then it will be directly go for the 13th one only. So in between that, it won't be executed once one condition is true. Okay, if and only if one condition is false, then only it will be go for checking the second condition. Let me go for enter the experience is 1 year. If 1 year, so 1 could be the less than the 2, right? This condition is also true, this condition is also true, this condition is also true, and this condition is also true, right? It has to be go for execute this all statements, right? But why the first one? Because of whichever the condition has been executed first, or whichever the condition has been written the true first, then the corresponding task can be executed. Rest of the conditions, even it is the true, it won't go for checking. That's the reason which is not executing the 5th one, 7th one, and 9th one statements. Clear? Is this clear, my point?
Yes.
Okay, can you please execute this particular program? But 13th statement has been executed once the condition 1 is true. I mean, condition 1 is true and the corresponding task has been executed. After execution of the task number 1, then directly it was going for it went to the last one, right? The last block, the last statements. Just note this program. Hello, Sunny, Ganesh. You guys have done these things, right?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, fine. Sunny, what about you?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, fine. Okay, cool enough. Next, you know what? I'm just giving a small assignment for you. Just you can try it your own way. Write a program, fix the grade based on percentage. So you already know it, right? For example, if the guy is having the more than the 75 percentage or 70 percentage, then that guy is A grade with a distinction, right? If the guy is not more than the 70, maybe he's more in between the 60 to 50, maybe he's just A grade. Then in between the 50 to 60, B grade. In between 40 to 50, C grade, right? In between 35 to 40, whatever it is, okay, D grade, right? If is the guy is getting the less than the 35, that means what? He's the fail, right? So just it's a small question, okay, we can try. You can just imagine yourself, okay? So based upon the percentage how the grade system is working, you just implement yourself, okay? Clear? Okay,
Yes.
now we would like to go for understanding the blocks, nested blocks or nested if. So nested if, what exactly you know about nested if? What exactly you know about nested if?
It's running, the if within if.
Yeah, it may be if within the if, or else within the if, or else anything, right? Let me consider. Okay, so if may contains the one block inside of the one more block, that we are calling it say nested blocks. What does mean that nested blocks? Nested block means a block it may contains the one more block. Okay, see, maybe if it may have the if, or else if block it may have the if and else, or else if you may have the elif ladder, okay, or else block it may contains the if, or else block it may contains the if and else, meanwhile else it may contains the elif ladder, okay. So meanwhile, so you have the elif, you have the elif inside of the elif block, it may contains the if, it may contains the if and else, it may contains the elif ladder. So it doesn't matter whether it is a if to if, or a if to if and else, or if to elif ladder, or else to if, or else to if and else, or else to if elif ladder, or else elif to if, or else okay, elif to elif, or else elif to if, elif if and else, okay. Clear or not? See, it may contains the block inside of the another block, that we simply call it a nested block. Okay. So as of now, what are the syntax we followed it? The same syntax will be applicable for the rest of the things. Okay. Let me consider you have a small program. We have a small program. The program is, I just want to find the biggest number from the three numbers. You have a number A, okay. You have a number B, and you have a number C. From these three numbers, you want to find the biggest one. So here the data has been hidden, right? So you don't know whether A is big, or whether the B is big, whether C is big, right? You don't know, right? Then what you should do? So first, I would like to check with the if and else. Sorry, first I would like to check with A and B. From this one, I just find the big one. Okay, for example, A less than B. If this is the one has been true, then what could be the big here? The big is B, right? Okay, once I found the if A less than b, if this condition is true, then I considering the big is b. If in case if my b is the big, then this is the number and this is the number, I can check it one more time. Okay, here also I can check it. If I'm checking the condition, just a minute. So I think this is not a good idea. I have to go with some different approach. Okay, so let me consider I have it three variables, and this is the three variables having the three different numbers. From this three, I want to find the big one. First, what I can do, you can do anything. First, I considering the a and b, I would like to go for checking the a and b. If in case my a and b, I'm giving inputs to this particular if, okay, first I can check with the a and b. If this is the condition is true, okay, if this is the condition is true, then okay, or condition true or condition for whatever is, from this particular condition I can find the big number. Okay, let me consider this is the condition has been true. If this is the condition is true, then okay, so which is the big from the a and b? If this condition is true, b will be the big, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? I just
Yes.
compare the a and b. From this a and b, I considering the b is the bigger than the a, then condition has been true, so that I am considering as of now big is the b. But you're not even checking with the c, right? So from this two you found the big is the b. Then this is the number I can check with c. I can check with c. So here also I'm giving the inputs to this particular condition. Here the condition again b versus c. So b less than c. If this is the condition is true, then what could be the big? What could be the big?
C.
Big is c, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we consider this is the condition is false? You just consider condition is false. If this condition is false, b is already big, right? But you're comparing with the c is not bigger than the b. Then what is mean that big is b only, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here this is fine when big is b in the first level. Let me consider in this level only this condition is false. If this condition is false, then what happens?
Then A is the bigger.
Yes, a is the bigger, right? So this is the a and b. So here the big is a, and this a value and the b value I'm giving to the condition. So a less than c. So here I'm giving the condition. The condition, for example, if, and here also if, and here also if. I'm just using only ifs as of now. Okay. So here this condition is true, then b is big. And if this condition is false, then what I'm doing here? I'm going for else block. Here also, right? If the condition is true, then I'm going for the block. If condition is false, then what I'm doing that? It's else block, right? Inside of the else block, I'm implementing the if block. I'm implementing the if block. Here I considering the a is bigger than the b. that means else block. In else block, I'm implementing the one more if and else. So if this condition is true, that means inside of the block big is C, right? For example, the condition is false, that means else block. So here big is A. Okay, so there are two levels are there here. Level 1 if. So if is having the if block and else block. Inside of the if block also we have the if and else, and inside of the else block also we have the if and else, right? Okay, so this is the example for the if versus if and else versus if and else. So this is the program we are going to be writing in a programmatically. So this is the logic actually. So you know what, there is no specific syntax and everything, but depends upon the situation, depends upon problem statement, we have to be write the program inside of the block with some space, that's it. Okay, let me go for write a small program, the same program only. We are going to be finding the biggest number from the three numbers. Write a program, find the big number from three numbers. You have the three numbers. Let me consider A. You don't know what is the value of A, and you don't know what is the value of B, and you don't know what is the value of C. Now what I'm doing here, first I can check with A versus B. Okay, maybe let me consider B is the big. As of now, B is big. For example, this is the condition is false. Then else block can be go for executing or not? Okay, let me consider A is not less than the B. That means B only big, right? So that I can write the big equal to A. So from A and B, guys, can you please mute your system? From A and B, you found the big value either A, either B. Okay, let me consider this is the first condition has been true, then B is bigger, right? Then this is the B, I can compare with C. So B less than C, this condition is true, I can print the big equal to what it is. Big equal to what? C or B? Big equal to C or B?
It's C.
If condition is false, big equal
It's B.
yes.
B.
So as of now, level 1 is done. Let me consider this. The first condition is only false. That means A is big, right? So that I can compare the A versus C. If A is smaller than the C, then C is big, right? So that I can print the big equal to C. And here, for example, my condition is false. My internal condition is false. Then A is bigger, right? Compared to the C. So that big equal to A. Okay. So here you just take the input from the user, and the same thing we can try to provide that B, and same thing we can provide that C, right? So if I execute this one, A value you enter the 12, and B value is the 45, and C value, for example, 56. From this A and B and from A and B and C, big is 56, right? So that you're printing the 56. What happens here in this example? How this particular program has been going to be executing? So here the 12, and here the 45, here the 56. What I told you, first I compare with A and B, right? From A and B, which is the big? 45, right? So that B is bigger than the A, so I'm going to be inside of it. So B value is the 45, and then 56. C value is the 56. 45 less than the C, right? So this condition is true, so that this is the statement being executing. Okay, yes or no? Rest of the things it won't be considered, guys. It's simply skipped. You just give the different numbers, and you can try to be understand what happening in this particular blocks. Now C value is the 56, and B value is the 45, and for example C value is the 12. So from this one, big is 56 or not? See what happens here. A is 56, this is 45, and this is 12. First I compare the A and B. 56 is less than the 45. No, condition is false. Once the condition is false, then directly it will be go for the else block actually. Inside of the else block, these are the statements we have it. Okay. So now this is the 56 less than the, what is the value of C? It's a 12, right? So this is the condition is also false. So that else is executing. So that we are getting the 56 big equal to A, so that we are getting the 56 as a result. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Let me consider. So let me consider. So this is the 45. Okay. This is 56. And it was, 48. Okay. So here also we are getting the 56 only or not? So here what happens? Can anyone can be explained now? What's the flow of execution here? Can anyone can be explained here? 45. This is 56. This is 48. From this one, what happens first?
It compares the value of A and B, which is like 45 is less than 56,
Okay, so this is the
which turns out to be true.
okay,
And then it compares it to the value of C, and C is 48, which is less than the value of B.
okay.
So it prints out B and exits the statement.
So this is also
Oh, sorry, exits the block.
so else block, whatever we have in else block, that it mean executed, so that we are getting output is big equal to 56, right?
Yes.
That's nice, Ravan. Yes, that's exactly happened. So you have to try to understand how the program has been executing. If you know that process, if you know that particular process, then you can easily implement the program. If you're not aware of it, so if just written a program, if you by heart that particular program, it won't help you anymore, because of it's just programs. It's just a temporary programs. It never help you in anywhere. So what you should exactly understood. So what exactly happening? How this program has been executing internally, that you should imagine that you have to be yourself as a program, sorry, you have to be yourself as Python programming language. Let me consider yourself, it's your Python software. So I'm just giving A and B and C, and I'm giving the condition. So you have to imagine yourself what exactly happening in a behind. So if you know that process, if you know that thing, then you can easily implement the program. Clear? I hope it's done. Right or not? So here also I would like to give you a small program. You just execute this, or we just noted this particular program, guys. Write a program, find the given year is leap or not. If it is the leap year, then we have to print the leap. If it is a not leap year, so you have to print the not leap year. Okay, but usually don't think, so if a year which is divisible with the 4, then it's a leap year. It's absolutely wrong. Okay, if a number, even it is that divisible with the 4, some situation which is not the leap year. Okay, so what exactly that logic, and how we should implement the program, and what exactly happening if whatever the program you written, and that you should explain in a theoretically, okay, in a stepwise with small no test cases. Test case 1. So test case 1, if I'm giving the input is, for example, 1900, is it leap year or not? Okay, and if I'm giving the 1900, what exactly happening your program, how your program is executing, and what is the result we are getting, the 10 steps I want it for test case 1. Meanwhile, for test case 2, if I'm giving the 2000, whether it is a leap year or not, you should find out actually. So for example, I'm giving the test case 3. So I'm giving the test case 3. It's a 2004. 100% it's a leap year. And next, test case 4, I am giving the 2001, it's not leap year. 100% it's not leap year because of it is not divisible with 4. So it's a not leap year. And this is also not leap year. Okay, but this is a leap year. And this is also leap year. I know it, what is exactly the logic, so that I'm directly writing not leap year, leap year, leap year, right? So this is the same thing. If I'm giving the same inputs I'm giving to your program, you also has been get the same results. Okay, and moreover, if I'm giving the 1900, what exactly your program is doing, I need in a steps wise. Clear? So I need your explanation in a steps wise, so that what exactly you understood that particular program, and whether you're logically good or no, syntactically you're understood or not, and how the particular Python program or Python particular syntax, how it is executing, you will know it. Otherwise you won't know it actually. Okay, so just take this example and write your own way, and please be share that particular output in a WhatsApp. Any more questions? Clear, right? Okay guys, bye,
Yes.
take care, see you, we'll meet tomorrow.
So, I don't have a WhatsApp. How can I share it?
Ganesh, okay, you already shared.
No, not yet, but how can I share that? Because I don't have your WhatsApp number or, I don't know.
Ganesh, I think you have it.
Is it like, let me check it. Did you use or someone else? I don't know. I don't think. Is it like 940 at the end?
Yes, 9640987960.
No, I don't have that.
Okay, so and use these numbers and +919640987960. Okay, this is my
Okay.
WhatsApp number, and you can share it, your codes, whatever you did. Okay, and so which are the guys are coming from the consultants, so you have to share with that guys only. Okay, or else you can use this WhatsApp number. Okay, okay guys, bye, take care, see you.
Well, thank
Bye.
you.